A small group of Tasmanian prisoners are involved in a pilot program which allows them to give back to a community they're more used to taking from. Fiona Breen talked to the Risdon prisoners about their new roles, which are not only changing the lives of others, but their own as well.
Tasmania's minimum security enclosed prison at Risdon is not pretty. Commissioned in the 1960s as high security, it's a cold and uninviting place, especially when the biting westerly winds whistle through the accommodation block. For a small group of non-offenders, it's the only home they've ever known.
She makes me laugh like there's no laughter in prison, they say. But since we've had these pups, I get a laugh out of her every day.
Tassie, Freycinet and Tarkine have been doing time since they were 9 weeks old. The Labradors are in the company of some of the state's hardened criminals. They're the star students in a pilot program that has inmates training them to become assistance dogs for people with disabilities.
Prisoners have the dogs for 24 hours a day. If they are going into an area where the dog can't go, their secondary handler takes the dog, and the responsibility is shared between the two handlers.
Prison is one of the few places in a modern, time-poor world where people can dedicate 24 hours a day to training a dog. The not-for-profit group Assistance Dogs Australia has trained 32 dogs in a handful of prisons across Australia since 2002. The dogs are then given to a physically disabled person to make daily tasks easier.
These dogs ultimately have to be so bonded to humans because we want them to work with a person with a physical disability, and they have to be very human focused.
Training and care of the puppies rests almost entirely with the inmates. They sleep in their cell and they get up together.
Yes, let's go.
They spend the day with them and go to bed at the same time. Initially reluctant to join the program, the prisoners have now embraced it.
That care and part that's inside your heart just lays dormant until you get out. Fair enough, you have your visits and you get to care for your kiddies and you feel that joy again in your heart for you being around your family. But these pups bring it out all the time in you. Every day they're with us.
Well done, well done.
The four-legged inmates will spend 16 months inside. Prison management is impressed with how well the program is going.
There has been some very good relationships with the inmates and the dogs. You can see the evidence is there that the demeanour of the inmate has changed, has improved. They're becoming more tolerant.
For Robert, who cannot be identified under Tasmanian law, training Tassie has given him a new routine in prison.
I'm in here for a while, and I found that jail a pretty boring place until Tassie come along, actually. She's given me something to focus on, and she's also brought out qualities in me that I never even knew existed. Just patience and understanding.
He applied in writing to be involved and had to go through an interview process before getting the job. For the first time in the prison's history, officers and prisoners attended training sessions together.
The result with both staff and inmates is that we have a muchly improved relationship. A lot of the barriers have been removed.
A trainer comes into the prison 1 day a week to put the men and dogs through their paces.
The commitment that these men are giving to this project is just wonderful. It's outstanding. Every time you ask them to do something specific, they're there following every instruction you give.
At 6 months of age, the puppies are just starting to learn some of the more specialised tasks.
We're just beginning to start them on some of the more difficult tasks of coping with learning how to work beside a wheelchair.
Scott Shaw is one of only 2 Tasmanians who have a specially trained dog. He became a quadriplegic after a Christmas Day swimming pool accident in 2002. While it took 2 years to go through the application process, it was worth all the effort. Having Scotty has changed his life.
It was the perfect time he came, and it's just like another ear. He knows all my secrets, and I know he won't tell anybody else.
For Mr Shaw, Scotty is a mate as well as a second pair of hands.
Anything that I drop to the ground would be retrieved by Scotty straight away.
The prisoners are pleased to be making a difference, but they know it'll be difficult to say goodbye to the dogs.
Gets emotional in even talking about it, you know, like letting it go. It's it's going to be hard, but I'll have to because Tassie, come here. Knowing where she's going to and the purpose that I've had her.
Prison management are preparing for the wrench.
There certainly will be some separation anxiety. We'll have a process in place to allow counselling if it's required.
The project's long-term future rests with an upcoming review, but its success has led management to consider a Pets in Prison program.
It's going to be hard because we're into a routine, you know, and routines in an environment such as a prison, once your routine's broken, you're lost for a while.
Fantastic.